Hi, I'm Dr. Pam Hernandez-Kaufman. I'm one of the founders of Serenata Wellness, and I'd like to welcome you today to the Serenata Wellness Reset series. You know, one of the issues that I address more than anything else in my psychotherapy room is the issue of anxiety. It seems that everyone's feeling anxious today. It's a national problem for sure, and a global one as well. If you are feeling anxious now, or have ever felt anxious in the past, and if you're human, you have, then you know how overwhelming it can feel, how difficult it feels to manage. It's important to understand what causes anxiety, and more important to know what to do about it. The cause is your brain. Your brain cannot tell the difference between real and perceived danger. And so when you feel stressed, fearful, uncertain, overloaded, or confused, your brain senses that you're not safe, and it signals your fight, flight, freeze center to become activated. Your brain thinks you're in danger, and it goes into protective mode. Your brain is always trying to protect you. Unfortunately, it sometimes, often actually, overestimates the problem and underestimates your ability to handle it. So the problem is your brain. The answer is also your brain. So I want to take a look today at one of the most effective solutions to managing this issue of anxiety. I'm going to share with you the idea of mind-body practices. Any of you who already practice these sorts of things know the power that they have to heal the brain and to neutralize anxious feelings. Mindfulness, meditation exercises, simple, deliberate breathing, and guided imagery are some of the quickest ways to work through anxious feelings. So I'd like to invite you today to join me for a brief guided imagery exercise called the container. This will give you a place to hold anything causing you stress. So just for the next few moments, join me by closing your eyes or fixing your gaze on some spot and drawing your attention to your breath. Make sure you feel comfortable wherever you're seated, or whether you're lying down, maybe you're standing up. But whatever it is, just notice any tension that you might feel starting from the top of your head and moving all the way down to your toes. If you notice any tension, just relax and bring your attention to your breath. An in-breath, smelling the flowers, and an out-breath, blowing out the candles. And you might notice how often you lose attention, maybe distracted by a thought or a bodily sensation. Just notice that and bring your attention back to your breath, your in-breath and your out-breath. And again, your in-breath and your out-breath. And again, you might notice that you get caught up in some sort of thought or a bodily sensation. Again, just notice that and bring your attention back to your breath as it rises in and as it falls. Now, as you continue your focused awareness, I'd like you to begin by creating a container. It doesn't matter what kind of container it is, as long as it can hold any and all disturbing material. So if you were going to develop such a container, think about what it might look like. Some people have used boxes, safes, trunks, chests, backpacks, suitcases. It can be anything really. Even tanks, submarines, underground wells have been used. So bring to mind an image of something like that, something that would be able to contain any and all disturbing material. And when you have one in mind, take a good look at it. What material is it made of? How is it held together? How big is it? What color is it? Are there any markings on it? If there aren't, that's fine. However, I would like you to add something specific to the outside of your container. This part is very important. I'd like you to add in some way, whether with a note or a sign or an inscription, a notation to indicate that this is your container and it is only to be opened by you and only in the service of your healing. So again, take a look at your container. Notice the message on it. Can you see that clearly? If not, place it on now. Next, how does your container open? Are you able to open it by yourself or do you need help? Is there a lock on it? If not, feel free to put one on there now. And once the lock is in place, let's practice opening and closing, locking and unlocking your container, noticing how much or how little effort it takes to open and close. And when you feel comfortable handling your container, I'd like you to think of something that you might like to put into it right now just for practice. So do whatever you need to do to open it and put that something in there. When I say something, I mean anything really. Something distressing, something disturbing, something bothersome to you right now. Could be a thought, a worry, a bad feeling, a bad memory, maybe a self-judgment, doubt, or even pain. Whatever it is, put it in your container now. And once it's in there, close it and lock it up and breathe. Notice how you feel in your body now that you've put in your container whatever it was that was causing you stress. If for whatever reason you cannot sense that something is fully contained, we can try going back to your container and putting that in there as well. Remember, this is your container, and it will hold anything and everything you need it to for as long as you need it to. Now imagine walking away from your container so that it's no longer visible. Notice how you feel in your body now that you're no longer burdened by whatever it was that you put in your container. Notice your breath, your in-breath and your out-breath, and any sensations of relief that you might feel. Maybe your shoulders dropped. Maybe you feel less tension in your back. Whatever feelings of relief you have, just notice and keep breathing. Whatever you put in your container is securely contained within it for you to open at any time to put something else in or to take something out. So for now, just for practice, let's go back to your container. And once you have it in sight, look closely. Notice that what you wrote on the outside is there, and continue focusing on your breath as you approach your container. When you're within reach, unlock it and open it. Notice that what you put inside is still there, completely separate from you. You might want to put something else inside your container, or a few things, or you may just want to lock it back up and walk away. So now do whatever feels best for you. And once you've finished practicing, putting things in your container and securely locking it back up, you can walk away again from it. And as you do, remember that this is your safe container to be used at any time to hold any and all disturbing material for as long as you need it to be held. Anything you choose now, anything you choose in the future will be securely contained within your safe container. You can access it whenever you're ready to do so. But for now, let's leave it, knowing that it's safe and secure. And when you're ready, to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, you can bring your attention back to this room open your eyes and see me again. We so hope that this has been helpful for you, giving you a tool to use, and that you can use it in the future at any time to deal with uncomfortable or anxious or stressful feelings. Thanks so much. See you soon.